New this morning at 6:11, do you think someone in your family is addicted to technology? Always on their phone, their iPad, their laptop, or their Xbox?
I think everybody at home is saying yes at once here. We all know somebody. From
it's
kids,
generational.
Yeah, kids to grandparents, the modern family always plugged in. But what would happen if your family could totally unplug at least for 48 hours?
Could they do it? That's the challenge I put a Metro family of 5 to. No technology for 48 hours. Take a look. Hi, Jane.
Good morning.
Are you ready?
No.
Ready or not, on this Tuesday morning, Jane and Joe Corey have agreed to fork over every device the family owns. And the Brookside couple, along with their 3 kids, 10-year-old Joey, 15-year-old Emily, and 17-year-old Catherine, have quite a bit.
We are in on this because I get tired of my kids being on their phone, as well as my husband.
Phones, tablets, laptops, iPads, iPods, video game controllers, and yes, we're taking the remote controls to their televisions as well. No screens includes no television, but they do have a closet full of dusty old board games. Are you looking forward to spending quality time with your family?
I think the kids will be fighting like cats and dogs. Ugh.
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
I think something's going to get missed. I don't know what, but I feel like we're going to drop the ball somewhere.
Bye-bye, technology. And we're off. Bye, Corey family. 12 hours later, it's dinner time. And for the first time in a long time, the Coreys are all in the same room, talking to each other, except Jane, who, it would turn out, got stuck at a meeting and couldn't call to tell anyone. 17-year-old Catherine says she was surprised at how much schoolwork she got done during the day between her classes without a cell phone to distract her.
I was forced to be productive and do my work.
And they're even talking about books together.
What is Gatsby? Gatsby, it's about the 1920s.
Okay, it's Wednesday morning. We're officially at the 24-hour mark. Let's see how the Coreys are doing this morning. Have you been late for anything or been forgotten anywhere?
And it was kind of weird because, like, normally I realized that's when we would, turn on television, but instead we had to sit around the table and play games.
We checked the KCTV5 GoPro camera that we set up in their living room to see how that game went, but we'll have to take their word for it because it appears the kids played with the camera. Which may technically be a violation of the no technology for 48 hours rule, but we'll have to let it slide. We check back in at the 36-hour mark, and it's still smooth sailing. The board games have made an appearance. And finally, you ready to get your stuff back?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. We arrived to return all the technology at the 48-hour mark. And Jane already senses a shift with her children.
Okay, so it may not have changed my view, but I think it might have changed theirs.
And when 10-year-old Joey finally gets to open the cabinets that contain the television set, he doesn't really feel like turning it on anymore. As Emily and Catherine turn their phones back on, they are flooded with missed texts and updates from friends that they're not that interested in reading. They say whatever they missed on those devices was worth the time they spent together.
We had to spend time with the family. It was nice. We talked, for more than 10 minutes.
And nobody fought like cats and dogs, as Joe had feared.
We're a little more involved with each other, and it was nice.
As for Joey, who finally warmed up to our cameras after 48 hours, he reveals he was thrilled. He says grown-ups are on their phones too much anyway, and he was happy to have all the attention.
I was excited for it. Yes, we need to do it. We need to get not tech in our family for 2 days.
Oh, wow, that was interesting.
I know, right?
I loved it, yeah.
So a couple of interesting happens right after that. The first one was that we shot this at the end of the school year. 17-year-old Catherine left her cell phone at home and went to school. She said, you know what, I don't need my phone. She said she felt more free without it, so she left it at home.
I can see that.
10-year-old Joey's teacher also coincidentally emailed Jane, the mom, later that day and said Joey had been having the best week at school as far as concentrating, staying focused, and paying attention in class. And Jane and her husband can't help but think it was because of their technology blackout.
Well, it almost has to be because nothing else changed.
Nothing else had changed for them.
And he was more focused. You heard them talking about the book. That's talk you don't hear normally.
Never heard kids talking about novels at the dinner table anymore. The Great Gatsby. So it was
was eye-opening, and it was a really special report. So thank you to the Corey family for agreeing to do our little social experiment.
I don't think Dad was a fan of losing his remote or the TV for that matter.
Or his phone.
Yeah,
right?
all of it.
But in the end, they said it was worth it.
Yeah, huge thanks.